Ever since I got my first real job back in 2021, I haven't really felt like I've made progress in my life. All the goals that most people have when they start their quote unquote adult life were not in my short term vision. I'm talking about having a car, moving out, maybe think about getting engaged, or moving in with my girlfriend. Even though most of these things are on my future plans, I have never actually sat down and put deadlines or possible time frames. That made them feel far ahead into the future. But in the past couple of years, especially at the end of 2023 and 2024, I have had a feeling of guilt for not having achieved a single one of them, especially when thinking about moving out. It's something that I have talked about with my friends and family for years now, but have made little to no progress. And for context, I live in Mexico, where it is socially okay to live with your parents well into your 20s. So I didn't feel much pressure. In fact, I haven't felt any pressure from my parents at all. So you could say that I was just too comfortable, and to be honest, my economic situation should be way better than what it is right now. Because I was earning an okay paycheck and not spending money on rent. But sadly, it isn't. I have made a very poor use of my money and have been quite irresponsible, and I don't have nearly as much money saved as I would like to. And in the past few years, I have felt pretty bad about myself. So, in a maybe not so responsible but necessary turn of events, I decided to move out. I do have some debt, but I managed to come up with a plan to be able to pay for the deposit, rent, and pay off my debt without completely draining my bank account. It's not as pretty as I would like to, and it's going to take a lot of effort and discipline to not get back into the debt. Meaning that this plan could backfire really bad if I don't play it responsible. But I'm just done with the excuses. I'm tired of living with my parents, and I just don't feel comfortable being here anymore. So by the time the next episode comes out, I will officially be living independently. The plan is to start moving as early as tomorrow, actually. It's going to be quite a lot of effort, physically and probably mentally. But I couldn't be more excited to do this. It's time to get out and start living that adult life, living the real life, you know? And it's going to be pretty tough. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be happier and feel better about myself because there has been a lot of self-doubt in the past few months. So I think this will help. I do feel prepared mentally. Even though my decision came kind of out of nowhere, I feel like I have been ready to make this move for quite some time now. But I was just too comfortable living with my parents. I was spending my money on dumb shit and not saving enough. But now I have no other choice but to be more responsible with my money. The great thing about this is that I got to clean off some debt. And so I can cancel one or two credit cards. So that should help me from spending too much money. I will basically only operate with one credit card, and my plan is to not use it unless it's completely necessary. I will keep it stored so I don't have it with me at all times. I don't think it will be easy, but I feel like it won't be as hard as people say it is. I know probably 90% of the people think that, but there's no real way to know unless I start living this. And I don't know, I'll share my experience in a couple of weeks. I guess one of the things I'm most excited about is having more time for myself. Because even though I spend a lot of time in my room, there's always distractions, errands you gotta run, favors you gotta do when living with your parents. For example, I only record at night because I know I won't be interrupted. And most weekends are actually quite busy and I can't work on projects like this. So I expect to have a bit more time freedom to do my stuff. And overall, I just like the fact that I don't have to explain everything I do. I don't know, I just feel observed here. And I don't want to feel that anymore. I just hope it feels better. Anyways, I just wanted to talk really quick about this and encourage someone to take the next step. It's very scary to do because you probably won't feel completely prepared to do it. But I feel the biggest decisions in life have to be taken without feeling 100% sure about it, because by the time you convince yourself about something, it might be too late to try it. So you just have to take a leap of faith and trust yourself to make it. It'll probably be fine. Anyways, that's it for this episode. I guess I'll see you next week when I'm completely moved out. And I'll talk about it next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.